We have covered the cleaning, right? We've covered top to bottom, ceiling to floor, everything in between. We've covered the dusting. We have covered the toilets. We have covered the windows. We have covered all of the good things, right? But we haven't talked how to care for these. We haven't talked about that yet. Because they like to bundle things. Norwex likes to make your life easier. They want you to be able to change your life without being overwhelmed by this. This is their amazing catalog. You need one of these. If you don't have one of these, tell me, message me, I will get you one of these. This catalog is so full and chock full of goodness. From cleaning to kitchen to personal care to dog care to children, specialized kids care. This has all the things. And in the back, they bundled some packages together. They did that for a couple reasons. One, it saves you money. It also condenses so much information into a doable package. So when you are starting out in Norwex, I get asked all the time, where do I begin? You covered so many products, Stephanie. I am overwhelmed. This is what I tell you. Doesn't matter the size of your house. Doesn't matter if you live in a 1,000 square foot house or a 12,000 square foot house. This is what you want to start with. It is the Safe Haven 5. This is $100. $100 to change your life. If someone told you $100 would improve your air quality, your whole home air quality, $100 would make you feel like you had less allergies. $100 could throw away all of your toxic chemicals. $100 could save you thousands. Wouldn't you go for it for $100? This is not a can you afford it. I feel very strongly, not trying to be salesman at all, but I feel like you can't afford not to invest in this package. My daughter, 2 years ago when Norwex found me, was on $600 of medication a month. Every one of those medications was for allergies and asthma. Every single one of them. I didn't think a thing of it other than we were going broke, but it was life. It was life with Memphis. She had been on medication since she was under a year old. So this was just life with Memphis. They just kept adding it. When asked, when will we be able to go off of medications, the doctors, the specialist's response was never. She is allergic to Kansas. They did multiple prick tests. She showed allergic to nothing. That's the thing. Other than smoke, she showed allergic to nothing. And yet she wasn't getting any better. In order to, we'll say, survive in life, she was on $600 a month of medication with inhalers and daily pills and multiple a day doses. Can anyone relate? She had never slept flat. She had to sleep propped up in order to breathe correctly. And that was life with Memphis. Along about 6 months in using this system, I started noticing her doing better. So I went back to the specialist and said, I want to start cutting down medications. He said, no, she's doing well because we have her in the right concoction. That didn't feel right. That just didn't, as a mom, I'm like, no, this is different. I know she was functioning on this concoction of medications that you guys had come up with, but it didn't feel like this was the cause. Something bigger was happening. My gut said I could take some medications away, so I did. I just began to take medications away. It's the only change we made in our house. Norwex is the only one. Literally jumped in the deep end with Norwex. When I became a consultant, I gathered up all of the things and I chunked them out the door. They weren't even in my house. They weren't a fallback cleaner for me. This was what I had. And so unbeknownst to me, I hadn't really noticed, but our air quality was better. When you're not coating everything with chemical residue, you begin to feel better. I just didn't make the connection. And here's the thing, we are, as of March, we are 14 months in with Memphis being 100% medication free. Nothing, not a zilch, not a single dime on medication. Everyone else with their allergies, everyone else not knowing what's the matter. They have the sports asthma, or they have the asthma or allergies or itchy eyes, or how about the stuffy cheeks when you wake up in the morning? But then once you get up and going, or maybe when you get out the door, you begin to feel better. That's your indoor air quality. That's what's killing you right there. And so when we improved our indoor air quality by incorporating our EnviroCloth, our window cloth, our dusting mitt, and we began to remove that chemical residue, our life began to get healthier. And then we followed that up. The final piece of that puzzle was the way that we cared for our clothes, the way we cared for our claws. So this is the Safe Haven 5 package. I do believe this is the package that will begin your journey to change your life. And change your life for the better. Your story may not be as dramatic as mine. Maybe yours didn't begin that dramatic. Maybe yours is worse than mine, and you see some improvement. Well, isn't any relief a good relief? Especially when it is medication-free. How many of us love that? Okay, so that is our story. I love our story because it is so real to me. It has literally changed our life. One, my child is not a walking pharmaceutical. She does not go to a friend's house with a set of instructions on how to care for her, and $600 in my pocket every month. Cha-ching, right? Cha-ching. So win-win for everyone. But how do we care for our claws? Stephanie, you said use them and abuse them. Take care of them when you clean them. Take care of them when you clean them. That is exactly what I meant. Use them, abuse them, take care of them when you launder them. How often do we launder them? I get asked that question a lot. How often do you launder them? Well, Norwex wants to save you time. They also want to save you money. So you're not going to launder them very often. In the beginning, when you are chemically removing the coating that you have effectively coated your entire house with when you use Windex and Dust Soft Scrub antibacterial wipes, as we saw in that demo, just life. When you have chemically coated your life, which we all did before now, you are going to want to gather up all of your Norwex and launder them once a week. Once a week. Now, as you begin, by a month in, you're going to now have to maybe every 2 weeks. By a couple months in of using Norwex, you're going to only launder these about every 4 to 6 weeks. So don't worry, you're good. I do clean 2 houses for extra income. And at the end, I clean their house. I use these cloths. Really, with the exception of the floor system, which you haven't seen yet, these are the 3 products that I clean their house with. This is it. But at the end of when I'm gathering their stuff, I gather their bath towels, I gather their kitchen towels, I gather their body cloths, their makeup removers. I gather all of their Norwex for them. And I launder that. I start that load on my way out the door. So for that, for most people, I always recommend you can stick with a 2-week schedule. That's totally fine. You don't need to, but it's totally fine that you do. That just happens to be my method for them. I don't wash mine near as often at my house. Okay. Why do you want the Norwex laundry powder? This is a half a bag. The full bag, which is what you would order, is going to last the average family more than 3 months. It lasts our family of 8, 3 months. We do have a high efficiency machine. With the high efficiency machine, use 1 teaspoon of detergent. That is it. I threw the scoop away. The scoop is designed for Canadian water. Unless you are watching this video from Canada, and if so, use the scoop. Use the recommendations on the back. But most of us that are tuning in are not from Canada. We're from the United States. United States water tables are different. Here in Kansas, we have really hard water, okay? So even with really hard water, I use 1 teaspoon of detergent. If you have a non-high efficiency style, which is the agitator style, that thing with the thing in the middle that twists and turns your clothes, you are going to use 1 tablespoon. Hang on. Hey, choo! Oh, bless me. Woo! You are going to use 1 tablespoon of laundry powder, which is still a half a scoop, which is why this bag lasts you for so long. But why is it important? Because most of your detergents that you are using, even if you are using like a Tide Free and Clear or something, a Free and Clear that's supposedly more sensitive, 90% of that is fillers. You're only getting about this much product in a scoop of this size. So let's see, what are those fillers? What is that? Phosphates, sulfates. This is free up. There are no sulfates, no phosphates, no chlorine bleach, no fillers, no optical brighteners, no dyes or fragrances in this laundry powder. This is going to go into your machine with very little product, but it is clean dissolving, meaning it is clean rinsing. That matters to you because you don't want to gunk up the fibers of your clothes any more than you want to gunk up the fibers of your cloths, right? So very easy, the Norwex laundry powder. In the Safe Haven Fund, you receive a full bag of laundry powder. If you are not ready to give up your smelly, good, chemical-ridden clothes gunk-upping detergent, totally fine. If you like that toxicity on your skin, then you, by all means, keep it. Don't use it on your Norwex cloths. Don't do that. All right, so just use the powder that comes with it, and that's fine too until you call me and go, tell me again about that whole skin thing, 26 seconds in your bloodstream, all the toxicity, yada, yada, yada. Tell me more about that. I will. I'll always tell you more about that. Until then, just wash with the Norwex laundry detergent. If you're like, I don't want that, I don't want anything to do with that, that's fine too. Wash your cloths once a week in hot water. Don't wash them with high lint items. Don't put them in with your towels just because they look like a towel. Your towels have lint. These do not. These, you don't want to have lint, right? We like our windows lint-free. This ensures that you keep them that way. So you just would wash that either by themselves in hot water or maybe a load of jeans or t-shirts that you're throwing in. Wash them in hot water and dry them on a hot heat, and they will be good to go for you for a very long time. That is the Safe Haven 5 package that I recommend everyone start with. Let me think. I want to make sure I cover all of that benefit. This is going to get you going. It's going to change your life. You are going to notice a difference. You are going to clean all the things. Oh, we've only covered 95% of your house though. Don't you want to come back for the other 5%?